Welcome again the students of class 7 to our social science geography class. And today in this class we are going to discuss the last subunit of your chapter number 6, and the name of the chapter is natural vegetation and wildlife, and the last portion it is the thorny bushes. So previous class I have already discussed about the grasslands, different type of grasslands, the Mediterranean vegetation as well as the coniferous vegetation. So what is thorny bushes? That the thorny bushes are those small bushes that are found in the dry desert regions, like in Sahara Desert, Thar Desert, Gobi, Sahara, Gobi, etc. And tropical deserts are located in the western margin of the continents. If you observe that all the deserts mainly situated over the equator. So on the both the side of the equator, so this type of deserts are located, and this type of vegetation also found on these regions. If I draw the globe, then this is the equator. So most of the time, most of the deserts found in this place. Such as in Africa, this is the Sahara, okay, the great in the Arabian deserts, in the Iran, some part of this Iraq, and in okay. So these regions mainly, most of the deserts in China also, the Gobi and Sahara, those deserts also situated in these regions. Okay. So in this way we can see in those, so most of the time those type of thorny bushes grown in between this region, okay, of the globe. So the vegetation cover is scarce here because the scanty rain and scorching heat, because very less amount of rainfall occurred on those desert regions. So that's why, and the scorching heat of the sun is also affected the regions. And so identify the desert regions in the world map given. So I have already told you Sahara Desert is also located here. Okay, this is the Sahara Desert in this region, the Arabian deserts also, and in Iraq some portion also deserts are there. So in this way most of the desert regions also situated in this area. So can you name the great desert of India? Yes, it is the Thar Desert. Okay. And do you know some common animals that are found in desert region that you have learned earlier? That is the camel. Yes, the camel is a main animal that is found in the deserts of India and in Arabia also, and some type of lizards, rattlesnakes, these are some other animals found in the desert region. Okay. So if you reach the polar region, you will find the place extremely cold, and the growth of natural vegetation is very limited here. But in the completely opposite, if you reached into the polar region, so these are the polar regions, North Pole and South Pole. The vegetation is very scarce in that region. So the vegetation is very scarce on these both region, and only mosses, lichens and very small shrubs are found here. Small shrubs, lichen, one type of algae, okay, mosses, this type of trees are found in this region, and it grows during the very short summer when the ice cover melt down, then those type of trees started growing, and again when the winters come, they also died. They covered with the thick layer of ice. And this type of grasslands called tundra type of vegetation. Okay, so remember this type of vegetation found in this area called tundra. Okay, tundra type of vegetation. And this type of vegetation can be found in the polar areas of Europe as well as in Asia. And Asia means the Siberian region of the Russia, and North America mainly Canada and Alaska and Greenland. So the animals have thick fur and thick skin to protect themselves from the extreme cold of or extreme cold climatic conditions, because most of the time the temperature reaches up to the minus 40 degree centigrade. So the animals survived in this extreme condition. These are seal, warluses, musk oxen, and Arctic owl, polar bear, snow foxes, etc. Okay, so I am repeating again. The warloos, the picture is given with big tusk, musk oxen, Arctic owl, polar bear, and snow foxes are some of the animals. Okay, so this is the thorny bushes. Okay, so I think you have understood the some shrubs that found in the polar region, and some of them are thorny bushes. These are found in the desert region. These both are categorized in the third category of natural vegetation. So again we came to the last of the story, that Salima's father showed her some photographs of thick forests, and in some of the photographs Salima observed that the people were cutting trees and clearing the forests. Her father explained that the local people wanted their land for agriculture and settlements, so they cleared up the forest and started their building their house and agricultural field. Okay, when the population increases in our world, in our locality, then the people are forced to clear the forest and build up the settlements for their life to live. So Salima started wondering that forests are cleared, then where will the wildlife go? So this is also an important question, that if the forests are cleared for the necessity of the human being, then where the wildlife go? So will the forest take its original shape again if people go on cutting the trees like this unnecessarily? It will be there enough, so will there be enough oxygen available for all the living beings including human beings? So water vapor, timbers, fruits, nuts available in future? I think no. So that's why in modern cities, the municipal corporations and in some modern villages all over the world, they started building small parks and small forest inside those big cities, also present in New York, in Beijing, and in Tokyo, in other part of the world, in other cities. Okay, so we hope in India we will also build that kind of natural park or forest inside those big cities to curb the pollution, and also it will help us to make the environment clean and curb the pollution. Okay. So do you agree with the Salima? The last question is asked here, that hold a discussion with your friends about the depletion of your diversified flora and fauna in trees and animals, and suggest some measures to conserve them. Okay. So in the chat box of the UE portal, you can write some suggestion for to save the flora and fauna of your locality and of your country. So, students, that is all from today's class. I hope you have understood the last subunit. Next class we will go for the question and answer. So, thank you for watching. Bye.